Yeah.
Sound check. Sound check. Audio check. Sound check. Audio check. Sound check, audio check. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly advise in the comment sections. We are live for second half. It is already 9-2. Best of 20 frame. Sound check. Sound check, audio check. Sound check, audio check. Sound check, audio check. Sound check, audio check. Yeah, we are live in the second half of this league game that we're having at Mount Bunyo. We are live in the second half of this league game that we're having at Mount Bunyo, and we have just witnessed an actions from Ofonya Ivan, who have just made a very nice spot of one of the bank shots, and then putting the only simplest ball that he had in the center pocket, left of the table, and then putting the black in the corresponding center pocket, which has given them the lead. Now it is 9-2 in best of 20 frame. So far, they have potted 9 blacks, and then the visiting team have only potted only 2 of the blacks. And then here we are, witnessing actions after actions. And of course, we're giving you in this league game. We are located in Mount Bunyo. Welcome to the stream. The guy who you have just seen right now is called Prince Sande, the guy who have tormented Okelo Oscar, that who is watching you in the extreme corner of the scoreboard where it is facing 9. He is the guy. We are here giving you the very best in these actions which we are giving you today. Look at those shots which were produced by Ivan. And now, Kwanza Misoro is the one giving you the break. In the commentary, my name is Daniel, giving you what is taking place at this arena. It is zone pub shooters, where we are having the action taking place, and the visiting team, they are called the Capital. These visitors, at one point in the first leg, the home team a lot, where in the first half they had almost a score of 8-2, until when the Haramite balls were brought to them, and then the cue ball was changed. That is when they started fearing the cue ball, and then at the end of the day, in the second half, they were beaten to almost a draw, which ended. And now here, they are being tormented on the table. It is on the green bed that they are giving them actions after actions. And of course, we are in the second half of these very good actions that we are having them here. Now it is Gonza Misoro who is on the board. Breaking for the 12th time, where they have the lion's share of the score, 9. And should he win this, he breaks and puts, but puts the wrong ball time. Now he's giving him chance to Eric, who the guy who plays, and when he's breaking, only breaks defensively. Should he have won the break, he was going to break so defensively. And now the balls are split, scattered, and all are in good position. I would fancy he would go for the maroon balls that you're seeing. Inspecting the table. He's a professional in the field of doctors. He's a practicing doctor. Now inspecting the table, making sure that he doesn't invite the colleague back on the table. If he is to invite, then he should only invite when he's on the black. Eric plays simply, just wanted to set that ball, but I want to believe that he's not happy with the cue ball actions that he has given himself, and now contemplating on what he can do next on the table, because all the shots looking a bit tricky. What can he produce at the moment? Is he still going to go defensive? And just like that, he still chooses to go defensive without putting any of the balls and play simply just to make that ball be dead on the cushions. Now Mishuri is back on the table, Gonza. He smiled with himself, checking the ball one after the other because still the balls they're looking a bit tricky. I want to fancy, he is going defensive. Because Eric fails to give himself a nice shots in the first two shots which were given to him, and now he has gone defensive. Now Misuru plays defensive still, making that ball to be and putting the cue ball so close to the maroon ball. All in their mind is to make sure that one person doesn't go ahead, and that is the reasons why they are playing defensive. And now here he is. What can he do from these positions? Plays just a defensive game. And here he is. Yeah, we're giving you actions after actions, and of course Gonza is here on the table. He wants to nominate and go for the maroon balls. And just like that, a simple sharp cuts. He has made what we call a canning shots. He still want to produce more, open up the black, fails, doesn't want to go so fast. Taking it one at a time. Taking it one at a time. Eric's plays to open up his shots. And now the yellows are looking juicy. Gonza contemplating what best he can do on the table. He's playing, taking it slowly one at a time. That is the reason why he doesn't want to rush with his shots, because he knows this shot is very important. He was told during the break that they need this more than anything, because they want to go up on the hip into a double figure. But here he's meeting one of the best defensive players, and he's failing to defend at the moment because the balls are not getting on the surface well. Another defensive mind played here. But at the same time, I want to tell you that he's meeting one of those boys who are so defensive in their games. Mr. Gonza plays so well. Just wanted to set this ball and put a very hard cue to end. Yeah, this is going to be one of the longest frames that we are going to witness in this game. I want to believe, because Eric naturally doesn't play attacking game. And now we have closest to your screen, right of the table, you are going to see there are two clusters of yellow, red, and black, which are touching one another. Now Gonza wants to go a step at a time. He wants to go a step at a time, snookering all the balls which are in the upper part of the board and leaving only one ball which is close to the screen to be seen. Now Eric is on. His intention was to put that yellow ball into the corner pocket, but then he fails to do so. He is supposed to go for the game. There he is, gaining support from the away team. Eric. All in his mind is to occupy the corner pocket, and he did it so perfectly well. But still, I want to fancy that the ball which is close to the center pocket, right of the table, can still make a cunning shots. They're so defensive, snookering all the balls for Eric. And there you can see, taking it one at a time. He doesn't want to rush with the shots. You're going to witness one of the longest shots ever. We are live. Kit Media link. If you're watching us, the only thing you can do best is to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. At the same time, like the stream, share to your colleagues, just that YouTube can recommend to your other fellows who might have not got the chance as well. This is another defensive play which is loading at the moment. He wants to have a total snooker. He wants to have a total snooker. Just like that, as if he was listening to me, opening up his ball and snookering all the 2 yellow balls. Here he is. Here he is. But also one thing in his mind is he wants to have at least a chance, just that they can clear the table and finish it at home, just that they can go to a double figure. Eric fails. Giving 2 shots to Mishuru Gonza. He has 2 shots with the ball in hand. Inspecting the table carefully, making sure that at least when he chooses the ball to can, he can it so nicely and well. But still one thing in his mind, he still wants to have at least one more snooker. Playing that ball gives you the total audacity that he still wants to have one more snooker. He still wants to have one more snooker on the table. Gonza, Musuru, the pool coach, Owelang Pool Club. Here he is, trying to make sure that he takes or give the leads to 10. Now all I know is he wants to go, check the frame so well and carefully. He can mean to put the ball which is extreme. But he is going so slowly and one at a time. Another snooker loading from Gonza. And just like that, that is another total snooker. Because that is the problem ball that he was having at the moment. And of course, he wants to have a can the ball, make sure that they extend their lead further and they run away with the score. And that is 1 shot. Still, I want to believe that he's still going to go. Put the ball in the corner. Make sure he snookers one more time. Make sure he snookers one more time. Gonza Misoro. Just like that. It's another snooker, successfully done, executed. Now Eric is on the verge to make sure that he gets his ball. Should he falls one more time, he may not come back on the board. He may not come back on the board. Off cushions. Gets his ball so perfectly and so well. Now Misoro looks like as if he's snookered. The umpire inspects, checks. Now the ball cannot be seen. That is what the umpire already said. And then here they have. They go one more time. Now the hunter is being hunted. The hunter is being hunted. Coming off 1 cushions, 2, 3, and successfully failed to get his ball. It was going to be a total snooker, but he has already failed. But then now Eric is invited back on the table because of that. Now the hunter is being hunted. The hunter is being hunted. Ladies and gentlemen, he still has work to do at the moment. He still has work to do Inspecting carefully and checking that at least if he goes for the frame, he goes once and for all. But should he miss anything here, that is going to be society with him. Ladies just wanted to open that ball. He wants to have one more snooker. And I've done it. That's another snooker. Now, Dong Samson is up against Ofo. OP. OP is on the board. Lagging on the lag. Now Samson won the lag, and of course now he has a chance to extend their lead further and run away with the score. It is reading 10-2. Ladies and gentlemen, in the commentary sections and commentary, my name is Daniel, the one giving you the very best of the comment. Now, notably in the house, we have one of the very cool supporters, very cool good lovers. In the name of Romeo Senior, we also have Aboa Senior. We also have Tungdiang Media. It is cool after cool here. Second half of the second leg. The league leaders are up against the capital. Commentary resume shortly after this. Yeah, Samson Odong is on the table. He is playing yellow. He's only playing yellow. But one thing in his mind is if he's going to be non-pop should not get as close as possible. What I know is he was trying to make sure that he can't this ball here, which looks like a problem ball to him. But this ball has two pockets that it can go to. It can either go to the center pocket, the top left bottom pocket, and at the same time, this ball can as well go into the right corner pocket. Samson Odong. Now a simple roll of that ball can make it enter in the center, giving a perfect cube of positions. Just like that. He is still going. 4 yellow balls on the table, with keyboard in perfect space and positions. All I know is supposed to play and come the red, which is close to the yellow ball in the center pocket left of the table. The simple, just like that, ladies and gentlemen, he has played perfectly, but killing one of the yellow balls. But I know with his sporting ability, he is capable of finishing these games here. Let's wait and see what he's supposed to produce on the table, and we are yet to see. If he wins this, he can extend the lead further to 11-2. This is becoming unusual. But of course, with the class of the players in Zone Park, you cannot rule them out. They can beat you 18-2. Look at that slice, but I want to believe that he's never happy with the position of the key ball because it feels like he's snookered. Now asking the umpire to come off the cushions and play. He's coming off one cushions Just like that, he wants to snooker also. Misses. And there is a foul. It's two shots with again a ball in hand. Wajapa to the camera. Apa to the camera. Here is a foul. OP Navi has two shots with the ball in hand. He requests the umpire. He has requested the umpire to give him the ball. Now he wants to go for the frame. Inspect the table, checking it whether he which is giving him a bit of edge. He wants to go for the one, which is extreme. I know in his mind he was thinking not to put up the ball, but still, there are balls which are still playable. Checking carefully. Checking carefully. He wants to put. So carefully. Because this frame, they need it more than anything. They need this frame more than anything. All I understand he wants to go still one more time for a snooker. One more time for a snooker. But of course he has left all the yellow balls can be seen. I think one which is bottom to the screen can be seen. Now Dong Samson is on the table, invited one more time. He is in position to see his ball, but should he play to put it, the white ball will run naturally and will never open up. But that's a one shot. Now Killing is on the ball to black. So OP is invited on the table. All I know is going to run away with the white ball or the cue ball. He has played giving the cue ball. Of course, he can play that ball, can come off the yellow ball and can go in the center pocket, which is wide. He just wants to have a simple role, just that this cluster of balls can be open. Now OP is on the table. These are not normal games, of course. The person who thinks better than the other one will win the frame. The person who thinks better than the other one is going to win the frame because we have a cluster of balls which are so close to one another. And I think OP plays just simple shots only to open up. And now Samson is coming off the cushions, making sure that he rolls his yellow ball from so close to the top. Another opportunity is given to Navi. The capital needs this frame more than zone pop shooters need. Because if they win this frame, can still give them the momentum and the agility to continue playing. OP plays. But of course he has left all the balls to be seen. Now this is an inviting frame to Samson. It looks so inviting because when he plays the ball which is close to the black ball, it is going to naturally open up the red ball and all the maroon balls are going to be perfectly in space. What is he trying to contemplate? He wants to come off the maroon balls. With a simple roll, it will give the natural movement of the yellow balls to where another yellow is. Very simply. Now OP can run away with this frame, but I know all it's running in its mind is not to go for it. Take it one at a time. Fails to pot. Fails to pot. OP. Nago. But also one thing you should know is these positions of the cue ball and then the yellow ball can easily open up the yellow ball which is intact with the red. But these are not normal games, and of course I want to fasten that he can never go for this because he knows that ball is dead on yellow. It is a kissing ball. wait for you to can it needs at least another skill. Taking it one at a time. He wants to go slow at this point in time. Now, at this point in time, the other who thinks better than the other one will win the frame. Whoever thinks better than the other one is going to win the frame, and that is why OP is checking so carefully. He doesn't want to let the chance go away because they need this frame. And there he is. There he is. OP Nabi. Just like that, killing one of his ball, 8 on the cushions. I want to believe that that is an attempt for a total snooker. That was an attempt for a total snooker. But of course, that ball can be seen. Now all the reds are in spaces. But there are 2 reds which are top to the right of the frame where OP is aiming. Those are the only problem balls which he has there. He signals it's a fall. The umpire said it is 1 shot. Now OP is continuing. He is continuing. Now that is the decision of the umpire. Of course, you cannot rule against the umpire until when they call for video references. That is when he can come and check. Now Samson is invited back on the table. Now remember, the yellow ball which is close to the black ball is the only problem ball which he has at the moment. They seem to have a position on the cue ball. Naturally, and that is 100% cue ball action. Now a simple of that into the right pocket will give him a natural positions of the white ball, just that he can pop the black to the corresponding center pocket left of the table. But he can as well play skill shots with the drawback. Yeah, like that. I want to fancy that he's going to go top of the table because the cue ball did not come the way he expected it to be. Now here, he needs to have target. A simple stand shot. Just like that. He is on point. But so nicely. Now they are running away with the score. It is 11-2. Best of 20. Of the 13 frames played, we are remaining with only 6. So I mean to say, of the 13 frames played, if we are to go into all, then we have 8 frames to go. But of the 8, Zone Public's all needs. Now it is Udong Kenneth. After Udong Samson, Udong Kenneth up against Gerard. But remember, the 2 are all attacking players. They are good at shooting. At the moment we are witnessing actions. Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss this frame because this is one of the frames that you are going to enjoy because none of these 2 players would want to snooker the other. They just want to go for the frame. Udong Kenneth up against Gerard. Now Gerard wins the last, and of course it is his break. Is he going to produce for us a break and finish here? If he cannot produce a break and finish, then still giving chance to Regessa Udong to go for it. It is 11-2. Wait for 20 frames. Now so far 13 played, 7 remaining. Now all the I think the capital is for the 7 frames remaining. But of course, zone pursuers needs only two. But in terms of the score and tally, they need all of them because they want to increase their lead further. The league leaders are not giving any chance and any opportunity. They are putting any black, which is left on the table. Gerard on the table. Breaks. I want to believe breaks with power. And just like that, puts very many of the balls. This is a good split of the ball. And of course, I think he's going to fancy the nominates yellow. He has nominated yellow. All the yellows are portable in all the corners because they are all in perfect positions. He can put them. Gerard, he may produce another apple here. And all running in his mind is at least make sure he registers at least a score for himself. Softly and pots. All in his mind is he just want to win. He just want to win. He want to go it one at a time. Nothing else. Reading in his mind, finish the frame. Don't invite Regessa back on the table. Now all I know is he's going to play the ball which is extreme to the left of the table, but he just to go the other way around. With power, fails to pot. Udong is invited back on the table. Udong is invited back on the table. Regessa is back on the table. The former international winner. Because he won the under 21 in South Africa. And here he is. He saw what Gerard was trying to do because he wanted to go for a green apple. And then you can see some of the classic shots which he has produced. Now he's going to go so slow and he will snooker. He has gone for a snooker. And by making sure that at least this ball can be seen. Since the ball can be seen, Gerard is told to play. It's a one shot. That was a classic shot played by Udong, Kenneth. Of course, he played thinking if the ball did not go in, he can have a perfect keyboard position for the maroon ball, which is close to that. Now the ball cannot be seen. It's supposed to come off at least one rail or two rails to get his ball. Gerard is on the table. With one of the right English, he wants to at least get one of his balls. Fails to get it, inviting Regessa with at least two shots, a ball in hand. He has requested the umpire to give him the cue ball, and that is why he wants to go and at least count the ball. Those are the only problem balls which he's thinking of, and he wants to count them and count them for good. Regessa. Now I want to think that he is not happy with the positions of the maroon ball, which is close to your screen, at the same time close to the yellow, but still he can play a cunning shot, and just like that, he did it so well and so nicely, and that's very perfect. Classy pool. That is the key actions of an international comp winner, under 21 winner, Regessa. You can just see simple shots. They sometimes make pool so easy to believe. And when you hold the cue sticks, you face the hurdle and you will know that pool is never easy at all. Now here it is, Regessa coming off two rails, just like that. He has done it. Many of the occasions, he can put this ball in the center pocket. Just like that, it is 12 2. 12 2. Ladies and gentlemen, the league leaders are not giving chance at any time. He is running away. He is showing class on the table. It is pool, zone pop shooters. Zone pop shooters. This is the capital. Now it is the captain up against Eric Ochan, who is head of umpires in Kiddu. Ladies and gentlemen, the beauty with these shots here in YouTube, you can still rewind it back, check and see actions on the cue ball. They did so nicely. It is very good to look into the eye. In real time, the shot looks so good. In real time, the shot looks so good. Now Eric won the lap, and of course he's here. He's supposed to break and at least win for himself one. Just that the score can be 12-3. This is now the 15th frame being played. Remaining 5 more frames to go after this game. Thank you very much for those ones who are following us live on YouTube. You can like the stream, share the stream, and at the same time subscribe on this channel here. Just that you don't miss actions after actions. We are giving you the very best here. League game, 20 frames to be played. So far 14 have been played. Breaks with power and pots at least one of the maroon boys. And now he has a chance to nominate the ball of his choice. He is fancying the maroon. Fails to pot, opening up all the maroon balls. They are perfectly in space. Now the captain is invited on the table. The captain is invited on the table, inspecting and checking, making sure that he goes with only one visit of this friend. What can he do at this point in time? The twin brother, Tuamara Modest, who plays for Addis Sport in Kampala. We appreciate you so much for holding up the pool, and here we are doing the very best. We have people who are full to capacity in this room. Now wants to go for the maroon balls because asking to be sure if the table is still open. Taking it one at a time, I want to fancy that he's going to believe that he can finish these balls here. At any of these good times, he can clear. Because he has the potential, stability. In the recently concluded Court 8 Arena search for Northern King, he was in position 3. He wants to play that shot to open up the balls. Just like that, opens but not so well. Still, the cue ball in perfect positions, which he can still play and open it up. Again with Moses, again with Samuel. It's simply just a pot. There are clusters of those maroon balls. From the screen, you might see them as if they're red. I think he's trying to check on the shots which can and open it up. But if he wants to go for a bank shot, the extreme top left plays in top right just to open up the balls. The fans are clapping for the shots. At the same time, others are also clapping for the chance given to another player. This is the 15th frame that we are playing. Of the 20 frames, so far, Zone Pub Shooter has the lion's share, which is 12 of them. And then the Capital has 2. Yeah. Someone is invited back on the table, and of course, there are only 3 of the maroon balls which are on the table. But any shots, it is still a hurdle for him to go. If he fancy to play skill shots, and that is what he's trying to contemplate, he plays simply just only to put in the center pocket, making sure that he doesn't pulse. Here it is. Now, there are as well business taking place here. After this game here, we are most likely to see another battle which is loading. Prince Ande, who have just beaten Okelo Oscar Daddy 11-2 in race to 11. And now he's getting customers after customers. And they still have people who are booking him for a battle. After this game, we are going to be giving you another battle, which is going to take place in this same arena. After this, yesterday we had actions, today we're having actions, and we will continue to have actions after actions. There it is, watching it and taking it one at a time. Eric was for the yellow balls. All I know in his mind is it trying to think and make sure that he counts the ball, which is closest to one another. In the top, he plays simply just to put on half the perfect position of the cue ball. Now he is. Plays so well to count the ball, but he's not happy with the ball because the cue ball is almost dead on the yellow ball. And so well, but the cue ball is so close. The cue ball is so close. Sorry, we apologize for the blackout. We are resuming the actions. Now it's a kissing ball in the center. It is a kissing ball in the center. It is a kissing ball. Now all the maroon balls are in perfect space. So now Eric is on because the yellow ball is touching and is kissing the the yellow ball, the cue ball. And now he's supposed to play away. Either of the side, if he leaves the cue ball, still it will not be very good to him because Samuel may finish the table. make clear what he has there. Now all the balls can be seen, two of the maroon balls can be seen. One is portable in the center pocket, left, and we'll give a perfect cue ball positions. We'll give a perfect cue ball. One at a time, the twin brother to Omara Moses. And just like that. I want to start with the blow, which is going to be just like a headage to him with an inside spin. Face to front. But white is never so good and never natural to the yellow. Running in his mind is to steal the frame. And Eric goes one at a time, but the positions of the cue ball is never enticing. What I know he wants to do is at least to put at least the cue ball so close to the cushions. One shot, cutting it sharp, but that's the cue ball prematurely. And as Samuel has a ball in hand, with two shots on the maroon balls that you see at the extreme of the table. There he is. He starts by opening up the corner pocket. So well and so nicely. Perfect cue ball for the black. The captain is up against the black, hotting it for the 13 times, making sure that they steal this so far and they run away. Face to court. This is a miss of the game. And now Eric is invited back on the table, hotting the only simplest board that even any other fan could put it. And now it is 3-12. Game number 16 on. We are live at Montbugnon, the club where we are in at the moment is called Zone Park Shooters Arena. It is located in Montbugnon, and it also has what we call Club Vortex, the Snipers Polo Club. Also in Montbugnon, we are in the municipality, Pandong Division in particular, where this action is taking place. If you are coming to the arena and you are watching us coming to the arena, it is just after your medical center, you will come straight. Right as when you are going to Kampala, that is where we are located, in Montbugnon. The actions is taking place, and now Ivan is on the table. Rabadaba. If he wins this, we'll take their lead to 13, which will create a difference of 10 frames. Inspects, making sure that the black is put in the right spot, as well as aligning the wrap, making sure that it hits with power the maroon ball, and at least up the ball spotted. There he goes. Taking his time, taking his moment, putting it and breaks with power. What's at least a ball? And all the players there are only 4 of the maroon balls, 5 of the maroon balls on the table. he can go for a green apple. Now, I still want to believe that he's happy with the positions because he can see all the ballon balls on the table. Just like that. Now he can opt to start with the ball which is extreme to the top left, or he can play the ball which is very close to the black. Which one can it give him the position of the cue ball? It is the ball which is aiming at the moment. With the right English, he can play and put so well. And now, which of the two ball can give him perfect positions of the cue ball, just that he can put the black in the corresponding left corner pocket which is close to the screen. Ivan Rabadaba is up. Again, it's two of the maroon balls on the table. If he clears this, it is going to be a green apple that we are witnessing today. Eric would have not got any chance to play, apart from only lagging. Perfectly placed keyboard positions. The fans are clapping because they know he's going to finish up this. Checking the positions of the keyboard to put the only would be a green apple and finish. Just like that, right came where he wanted it to be. Now, one thing he has in his mind is to copy. One thing he has in his mind is to copy. Eric is shaking his head in disbelief. He is not knowing what is eating him at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, and just like that, he fails to put, inviting Eric back on the table. That's one thing you can't rule away here, because this yellow ball can easily be cleared. If he's in position to put any of the yellow balls, he can clear the frame. It will be a complete win. He is checking, inspecting, making sure that if he can go for a snooker, he can go it. But all I know is thinking to clear. In his mind, he wants to clear. In his mind, he wants to clear. And they should extend their lead to, they should at least register another win to 4. Now, Herrick is checking the frame. Herrick is checking the frame. He's going for the center, left of your screen. Now, one thing I know is he's never happy with the positions of the cue ball, because that cue ball positions is never good for him. Now, the only best shot they can produce here is only to have a bank shot, which may not be to the best. All I know is he wants to line and at least play a snooker. But if it can be seen, then he can go for it. Now Ivan is snooker, totally is snooker. Checking it so careful, meditating on himself, what he can do from here. Because the keyboard is as well dead on the cushions. And then here he is. He wants to come off and it's 2, 1, 2, 3 cushions. You cannot have a swan sauce here because the keyboard is almost frozen. ball right from the corner. Try but failed to get his black ball. And now it is two shots. With the ball in hand to Herrick. Now he wants the cue ball in hand. Go to the question which he fancies it and plays it, take it one at a time. But can he clear these four balls? We are yet to wait and see. We are waiting to see and confirm if he can register a win. In the recently concluded Ghost Nations tournament, which was organized in Africa by a ghost, Aiding himself, Jerry won it. After Jerry winning, he was warning Jerry at the same time that he's going to get Jerry in another battle. And I want to believe that another battle may be loading for themselves. Another battle may be loading. Now Eric, the left-handed guy. The simple cut of that ball into the extreme left corner, center pocket, can give him. Now he's up against the black ball. To register for them at least 4 on the score. And the celebration, ladies and gentlemen. How can you produce passes? It is very tricky game. After playing so well, you put the only ball and the keyboard. We cannot believe what has just happened. I know he's going to regret this shot so much. Now giving the ball so cheaply. He has given the win so cheaply. Now Zone Cup has 13, and then the Capital has 3. Now in 2024, there are only 4 frames now remaining. Of the 4, 1 is now being lacked at the moment. Where we have Bonza Misuru, Ojo, up against OP Navi. OP plays for the Capital and Bonza plays for Zone Cup. I want to believe that was excitement that hit him. Excitement hit him so much, and he plays with excitement. And that is the reason why he potted the key ball as well. After potting the black. With black ball rules, the key ball is supposed to remain on the table if you want to win. If you pot the black ball and then the key ball, then you will lose the frame. And just like that, Zone Cup is running away. Yeah, they're trying to inform the fans that there is a battle which is loading. After this very game here, we have a battle of two of the very best in a race to 7. Now, one of us with the tower, but puts the wrong ball. He puts the wrong ball. Now, one thing running in OP's Navi's mind is to go for the yellow. Because of the positions of the yellow ball in the corner. And this frame is clearable. It is finishable. You can clear this frame here so quickly and so well. Now, leaving the table open. Still the table is open. That is according to the black ball rule. table. Gonza is invited back on the table. He fails to close the table. Ah. Now checking so well and so carefully, making sure that at least he nominates the ball of his choice. Which ball is he fancying? It is the maroon. Now he's going for maroon. He was trying to play skill shots, but misses the skill shots. And now OP has two chances. He has the ball in hand to capitalize and at least put the capital to 4. While Zone Pop has 13 already. He has decided to put the on the ball, which was disturbing him, and he wants to go for a snooker. Because of that ball, which is touching one another, he still doesn't want to go for the front. There he goes. But that is not a snooker because the ball, the maroon ball, can still go to the center. We are going to be having a race to 7 after this game here between two of the very best players. In a race to 7, the pot is 200,000 Uganda shillings. So keep it locked here. Gonza is checking carefully one at a time. Now he's asking the umpire because the balls cannot be seen and he's totally snooker. The umpire checks by himself, Sejem Baroba. He grants him the table. Was off one cushions and so nicely and so perfectly, making sure that the cue ball is kissing the yellow ball. And now because of that class of those balls, they doesn't want to go for the frame. Now he can play a canoe shot because of that ball, which is close to the yellow, where the black ball is, and that the positions of the cue ball will naturally open up that ball. But he chose to go the other way around because he wants to go one step at a time. Now all in his mind is to play this ball sequentially. He plays just to snooker. Goes a Masoro. Now OP is invited on the table. He is going to play that ball into the yellow ball and definitely will open up. Now still they have a problem ball because of that maroon ball, which is almost so close to the yellow ball. Now a bank shot will do him good. And just like that, he's moving one at a time. And still these 3 yellow balls are clearable because they can play that ball into the center or top of the left corner pocket. And still we will still have a chance to win this frame. There is only to put it dead. Now OP is going to OPW is going to put the ball, which is in the corner pocket, bottom of the screen. Across the cue ball prematurely. Now giving chance to Gonza Masoro with the 2 shots. A ball in hand, 2 shots. There are only 3 of the maroon balls on the table and 2 of the yellow balls on the table. Now all I know is going to fancy is to put the yellow ball which is so close to the corner pocket, close to your screen, the one you're seeing. That it is. As if he was listening to me, guy is going to do exactly the same thing. He did it so well. Now he can either still fancy to go for the frame or we still go and just have one more swing. Just like that. He's going to go for one more time to snooker. One more snooker. One more snooker. This is frame number 17. Frame number 17. The capital has 3. The home team, Zone Park Shooters, has 13. They have the lion shares. That is well, so well. We can call him the king of snooker because he likes it so well. He wants to go one at a time. There was too much spin on the keyboard and he fails to get it. He can choose to play the yellow ball dead on the cushions and then plays the maroon ball in the center pocket, then plays that ball remaining into the top right corner pocket. He is fancy to open it through the black. Just like that, he is still going for a snooker. One more time. One more time. Now that ball can be seen. He can run with the cue ball. He can run with the cue ball and just like that. He is running with the cue ball. Making sure that his snookers OP and at least to have a ball in hand and play the 2 shots and complete the frame. Take their lead to 14, leave the capital to 3. That is all it's running in his mind. They are all to play. First is ball dead on the cushion. When you're bored, he asks for the cushion. When you're bored, when you're bored. When you're bored. He plays simply, just wanted to put it so close to the center pocket. He was about to put it. And at the same time, one thing which was running in his mind is not to give Ali the cue ball. Now he can go for the front. Now he can go for the front. Just like that. I can say the rest is just a formality. Now he has missed the pot of the black, inviting OP Navi back on the table. And then the cue ball positions is a bit tricky. Should he wants to win, he should at least have a slice of that ball into the top left corner of the screen. Okay. Now, Bonza Mitsuru is invited back. He is meditating upon himself and he wants to go and put this ball. Extended it further to 14 frames to 3. That is the 14th frame that they have played. The 14th win that they have given themselves. Zone par 14, the capital 3. Best of 20 frames. Now there are only 3 more frames remaining to go to complete this battle here between the league leaders and then the champions of the recently concluded Chieftain Pool Associations. They won themselves trophies, medals, and of course they have the very best players that the district and the municipality have got ever. Ladies and gentlemen, the commentary is going to resume shortly after a short break. Yeah, we have just witnessed a break and finish from Gerard against Otong Samsons and making the score to 14-4. Now we are remaining with only 2 frames to be played. 2 frames to be played. He is the only first person who have registered a green apple today in this tournament. Now he's getting a hug from one of the poll fans because he has registered a green apple. Frame number 19. Frame number 19. Frame number 19 is being locked. It is frame number 19. The umpire is checking so well and carefully. Well, he's give himself no any doubt that the player who is playing is the right player at this point. Now Eric wins the frame, the lap. If he wins this, he's going to put themselves into 5 out of the 19 frames. But if he fails to win this, he will give a chance to the zone sharpshooters to